A little bit of doubt crept in there, but hey, trust the process. We have to learn to trust the process, trust life, and trust in the process. Thank you for joining me on this episode where we will be learning how to paint tomatoes together. The subject of this video was inspired by picking the first set of tomatoes from our vegetable container garden. So I hope you enjoy and suggest anything you'd like for me to paint in the future. After creating the outline, I went in and add my base color, which is a earthy yellow pigment color, and it served as the base layer or the foundation for all the other colors that I will be applying to it, which you will see later. I am adding in some primary red. This is to identify my dark areas of the tomatoes. It's where they're resting on the surface and there are no light reflecting on that area. Okay, so to create this side, because the light is coming from that direction, and to create that in the tomatoes, I'm gonna mix in some red with the yellow, even though the yellow is already on the canvas, and I'm just gonna put it here. Start mixing in this color here to kind of set the tone for my highlights. And the trick is to blend the colors in together. So let's do that. I can't wait to finish. So just, the most anxious part of painting is this stage. Because when you're going through it, if you really think about it, you're going to be like, am I doing it right? But the trick is just to relax and have fun. Like when you were a kid and you're just playing with colors. That's the trick. And I'm putting in a little bit of dark red there to kind of blend these two together. There's a part of me that just want to go in and create that whole the shadows and depth like right away, but I have to be patient, and trust the process, because when it comes to art, there are no shortcuts, especially if you want to create something realistically. If it's abstract art, then hey, there are no rules. There are no rules. Unless you want to do it realistically, then there are certain rules that you have to follow. All right, so that's one of the thing. A trick one of the rules that you'll shade your object based on the shape. So a circle, it's normally follow the line of the circle. Maybe one day I'll do a very simple charcoal drawing, just geometric shapes, to give an idea of how to shade those. But okay, I put a little bit of yellow there that I don't need to be there. That can easily be covered, so no biggie. And I'm fighting the urge not to grab my pastels and just go in because I am fighting the urge not to just go in with some pastels. But I might go in later. I might do that later. But for now, I'm doing this with the paint. So I'm fighting the urge not to use my fingers too. Oh, Lord of mercy. Here I go. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of the cadmium yellow in, because I still need to bring here lighter, and here where the light hidden. Even though I will be using some white, the titanium white, but I'm going to add this yellow in there because it will give me a much how do I explain? A more orange, not that matted orange color that I have here, but it'll give me a brighter orange on the side of the tomatoes. So I'm gonna just add that in here, and I will finish blending in later. So you can see it's getting lighter around here. Just like a really, really nice looking tomato. Waiting to be eat. Waiting to get eat. Yes. All right, I need a little bit under here. Too much yellow. Too much yellow. All right. Let's kind of blend that in a little bit. Okay, and I need some red in here. And let's see, I'm gonna add some more of the yellow here on this side. Let's do that on this side. And I'm come under here with some, like anywhere on the tomatoes where it's lighter, where the light is hidden, I can always put this there because it's just a mixture of colors, and when I had the white in, it will just be like highlights, be perfect. All right, so I'm gonna mix in this right here directly, and I will add you here. Some more right here. Oops, two. All right. All right. So let's just get this is more of like a mid-tone. Mid-tone. My lightest area will be here. This will be the mid-tone, and then this is going to be the darkest area. So as you can see, the tomatoes, they're coming to life. They're coming from the depths or the darkness of the canvas, slowly but surely. And what I'm doing is adding the different tone. Normally in a piece, for it to be realistic or to stand out, you have to create at least 3 different tones. There are a whole different depth, like shades and values that you can get, but aim for at least 3 and blend those 3 together, and it would be perfect. So for me, I have my light area, which I'm setting up here with the yellow. Then I'm using this lighter shade of red for my mid-tone and my darker red to create the dark side. There are more depth or more values that I'm going to create by just adding in more colors, like adding in burnt amber in with the red to make this side darker. I can add in some white with the red and the yellow to create here and make it much lighter, and a little more orange in this part to make it look more red orange. So let's put in some dark areas. I'm gonna use this primary red as I mentioned before, add it back here, and then I'm gonna put in a little burnt amber. Hope it's not dried out because I haven't used this paint in a minute. Oh my god, freaking. Okay, so I have that there. We're gonna put in a dark, just make it real dark. And in my here, supposed to be a part of the dark, because the red will go all the way over there. So here, it's gonna be dark. Can always be darker. No, I don't want that. I will fix it by any means necessary. I'm gonna get exactly the shade that I want. Even if I have to go in with my favorite, which I am going to. Do. Even if. All right, let's add in this time from the tomato. Maybe I should go ahead and just put in my tomato stems. Being that this burnt amber is now working for me, what I can add in is a little bit of Payne's Gray. It's blue, but I use it instead of black because black sometimes have a way of making things so dead. So I'm going to put in a little bit of Payne's Gray in there. That's the thing when it comes to color mixing or blending. Sometimes you have to, okay, mix that in. The worst thing I can get is purple, and hey, sometimes it's purple. But I just want a darker shade of red in here. And purple can work too. Purple can work too. I need this part to look darker. That's the part with painting. Like watercolor and acrylic, even though acrylic is much faster than watercolor and oil painting because they take a while to build up and to dry and all of that. I prefer to just use my chalk and the charcoal because I can always move at whatever pace I want to. I don't really have to wait on it to dry unless I put fixative on it or maybe glue something on it. Then I have to give it time to dry. But why am I rushing the process? Why? Shanique, why are you rushing the process? Wee! This is a, oh boy. I know. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right. Okay, let's just, let's blend and blend and blend. Well, maybe I need to put some music on. Kind of round that up, but it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Trust the process. Trust the process. It's coming. Right here still is a little bit, let me add in my leaves. Let's do that. Let's put in the stem because that's kind of thrown me off when it comes to being in here. So let's add in the stem. All right. Okay, so after identifying my light and shadows, this is where I'm at. And to make it come alive, I have to blend the colors. I can't just leave the dark like this. So here is what I accomplished by just mixing this dark blue paint square with the red. And I'm getting a little purple, but it's okay because, to be honest, all the colors are just various colors mixing together to create it. Let's blend this in. I'm going to go in with this red to kind of create a little blend in here. Bring it up here. I like using a filbert brush because it's much better for blending compared to the other brushes. And kind of want the tomatoes to go blend in with the background. So let's take a little bit of that red and put it in here. And bring it up here. Let's wash this up. All right. To be honest, this is just a foundation for me to go in with my pastel in a little bit. That's how you know what your true medium is, when you explore or just experiment. In the beginning, you experiment with a bunch of different medium. I've used color pencils, pastel, charcoal, watercolor. I do watercolor from time to time, so I experiment with that, and a little bit of oil. Took too long to dry. I realized that with myself. I love to create, but I just don't think the process should take that long unless I'm planting a garden. If it's a garden where I plant a seed like tomatoes, I plant the seeds or just throw the tomatoes in a pot and forget about them. And they just stay there, and within 3 weeks, baby tomatoes shoot up. And then there are other elements that you have to fight with, or not really fight with because it's nature, but you have to deal with, like when it's cold. The cold, if it's too cold, then they wither up, or if it's too dry, if I forget to water them, then they get dried up, and there are caterpillars that I have to deal with. But I understand that some things of nature do take time, and there's a process behind them. But when it comes to creating art, I should not have to wait days and weeks for it to dry. I just want to get it in and out, because that's how with me and creating things, I might be in a moment right now to paint some tomatoes, and later today, if I wait too long, that it's gonna go away. I guess that's just my creative muse. Like, she just want to move on to the next thing and the next thing. But I just love to get in the process of just doing it and get it, just do it, release that energy and move on. So this is a lighter yellow, red right here. Let's do that. And I am going to just spill it up, but you can see the tomatoes are coming, and I am happy with it. I might stick with the acrylic throughout the process. We'll see, because I think I miss them somewhat, and I just decided to play with them. So we'll see. But I know that charcoal or pastel might pop out any minute. Gotta pop out and show out. All right, let's got this here. And this is more of a red over here. And then I still have to blend it in with this red. So let's do that. And don't forget that blue. Don't forget that blue. Don't you dare forget that blue. My tummy, I'm hungry. And when I'm caught up in the process, I forget to eat. That's how you know when you really love to do something or enjoy doing something, because nothing don't normally come between me and my food. So let's paint this here. I have to practice getting comfortable or being comfortable in camera, because I have just been doing this with myself for years. And okay, let me just get comfortable with sharing my process and shit. Okay. My tomatoes look very Tasty, tasty. Okay, being that this tomato is here, and with the light coming from that direction, the light wouldn't be here. So I need to get rid of darken this. The light will not reflect there. It will be shadow. And I went in a little too dark with this blue Payne's gray. But worry not, because it can be corrected. It's not an accident. It's just exploration, exploring, playing with colors. That's all. Playing with colors and blending and just blend it with the brush. There's nothing that your brush cannot fix. Nothing. And if it can't be covered, then you just paint it over. Get some black paint, then you paint that bitch over. If only life was like that, right? A lot of things and a lot of people would get painted out, but that's a whole nother topic for discussion some other day. And let's just paint. Put a little bit of that in here. This is why I don't like mixing the paint on the canvas, but sometimes you just can't help it. Okay. And come back in with a little bit of this right here. A little bit more there. Okay, I need, let's see what I need. So put some colors here. And a little bit of this red, because it's reflecting, the light is reflecting, so it's actually gonna be much, not that dark on the edge of this tomato right here. Just have to blend it in, not to make it so sharp and not let's see. I'm gonna come back in here with this part right here. There is a thunder rumbling in my tummy. Need to go get something to eat, take a break and get something to eat. Let's see what else I can maybe out of paint. So maybe it's the perfect time to go get something to eat and come back. So do this. So this is the final piece. I'm still gonna go in later and add some highlights, but I have to take a break. And before I do that, I'm gonna change the background. So instead of having it on just a black background, I'm gonna make it seem like it's in some bushes. Like this, it's on a tree. I'm not gonna do much details, just give the impression of it being on the tree. So I'm going to use a little bit, let's put a little bit of yellow in here. I'm going to use the light green and that dark green and put a little bit of yellow. And let's see. Remember again, I'm just gonna add some green here, and I'm not gonna do leaves, just give the impression of it being in some bushes. Sprinkle background. At first I wanted it to be the black background, and then it's like, let's just change it. I need some colors in my life. Colors, so let's see. All right. And we are changing the background. I'm still going to leave the dark areas where they are supposed to be. Dark areas. Kind of just blend that out with my fingers. Kind of not too much. So I still want... All right. I'm going to put a little bit of yellow, because if you look at some bushes, you will see all different shades of green in there. Close to the tomatoes. I'm going to go to this. I might come back and add a little bit of white there just to create a light. But let's put some yellow. It's like it's just in some tomato bushes. Tomato bushes, okay? All right. I have a little, wait, I know what I'm gonna put, when I'm done, I'm gonna blend around it out, but let's add some up here. Just twirl the brush around, twirl and twirl and twirl, twirl and twirl and twirl. Create bushes. Twirl. It's like the brush is dancing. Dancing, dancing, dancing. Twirl and twirl and twirl. I'll put some yellows. And there goes some bushes. I want all the attention to be on the tomatoes anyway, so I don't really need much details in the bushes, just on the tomato, because all attention, your eyes will be on the tomatoes. So I gotta go in with a smaller brush and kind of bring some of the things over and kind of blend in the tomato, because okay, I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. For a minute, I'm not gonna lie, for a minute, a little bit of doubt crept in there, but hey, trust the process. We have to learn to trust the process. Trust life and trust in the process. It's a process because beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna go in later and just add some highlights and the details. I might put some white in the background, I might not. You just have to see the finished part. But it's a wrap for now.